Welcome to Around the Rinks, your go-to hockey podcast.
We are back. Another episode of Around the Rinks, and we are really back. It's been 264 days since our last episode.
Like that?
So we've been on a little break, I guess you can say.
Just a weekend.
Just a weekend. 264 days on today's recording. I don't know when this comes out, probably later tonight, but draft is going on right now. The season's over. We're all now not doing anything, but might as well start it back up.
What the hell has happened in the last 264 days, gentlemen?
A bit has happened, and
I don't even have a camera. That's how much has
yeah,
happened.
like you can't even see you anymore, Liam. The producer
I look
Liam
so
is
different. I was waiting for this whole reveal going on. No,
You look like you could be the Mammoths mascot.
I'll run with that.
Yeah, big tuna.
Yeah,
Big tuna junior. Small tuna.
small tuna.
Sure.
Tuna Junior.
Yeah.
Tuna junior.
But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean,
That's
since
an
our
intro.
last episode, it was we went off. We worked some places. We are still working at places due to our schooling and our practicums, and
Yeah.
the NHL season came and went. The playoffs came and went. Heartbreak once again for the Edmonton Oilers. I'm gonna say we, but the Around the Rinks was around for the journey, and we were doing our things for that cup run. And I think this episode is just gonna be kind of a bit of a welcome back to the channel, welcome back to us, what we were up to for the past 264 days, and just kind of going over some of our thoughts of that Stanley Cup Finals and everything that was happening in the NHL.
Yeah, pretty much. It feels like deja vu. I feel like back-to-back years. It feels almost way too similar in this position again. I don't know what you guys feel like coming out of. I mean, you guys are all Oilers fans.
Now Noah's coming
Back-to-back
into the
losses.
show with a ton of momentum because his
Oh, yeah,
favorite
big
team
time.
made a gargantuous trade today.
Dobson, baby.
Yeah, is there anything you want to talk about with that? Like, just get that out of the way quick because that is a
Man.
fucking monster deal.
I'm pretty happy. I'm not gonna lie. I am pretty happy with that deal. I mean, 2 firsts, 2 mid firsts. I mean, it's a hefty price, but you're getting a top guy. You're getting a top defenseman, reliable two-way defenseman. I'm curious who's gonna be on the power play 1. Do you run both him and Hudson on the?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Like-
did you see both defensemen playing on the PP1?
Man, I don't know. It's gonna be insane though. I'm so excited. You don't get a lot of right-handed shots like that who can play that well. There's very few of them in the league, and
Especially entering their prime.
25 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please
a
take
year
that.
out of having 80 points, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, I really don't think his game has a whole lot of holes in it. He is
totally.
a legit, top pairing defenseman. Maybe a little bit weak in his D zone sometimes, but I mean, Habs fans are used to that with some of the guys they already have. So it works out good. I think he's coming into a culture where that won't be exposed too much. Brendan, what do you think?
I love it. I don't think they go, what was it, 15, 16? I don't think you're grabbing
16, 17, yeah.
16, 17. That guy could turn into Dobson one day, but you're just entering your window of competing in the playoffs. They gave the Caps a little bit of a run there, and I don't see why this team doesn't progress. And to go grab a guy just, again, entering his prime with stud, why wouldn't you for that price?
Exactly.
And the prospect, I talked to you a little bit before we started recording. You weren't overly disappointed in moving him out, right? He's a replaceable enough guy.
Heineman's been around. I mean, I think he's been in 2 major trades now. I think he was involved with Florida when they acquired Sam Bennett.
Yeah.
So he got sent
Another
off
deal?
to Calgary, and then he was sent to Montreal
Toffoli.
with Toffoli, or for Toffoli. or I forget
Yes,
now.
so he's
It was
filling his
Toffoli,
role.
right? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, crazy. This and he's
Heineman,
such a young guy still. And
exactly.
then it's just been 23.
yeah,
Like
he's a bottom six forward. Like just the way he plays, I think he had a fantastic year in Montreal. I mean, 10 goals. That's pretty much what you ask for a guy only playing less than 15 minutes, 12 minutes a night. So honestly, I was pretty impressed with him. It's sad to see him go, but you got to make some room. But because we got a lot of prospects coming up.
I think that move was kind of maybe the inspiration of bringing the podcast back and getting Around the Rinks fired up again, because hockey's, even though it just ended,
Ooh,
the Stanley Cup Finals just came and went. There's so much news going on. There's so much to dive into. I mean, we can talk about Sam Bennett very quickly, getting his big deal in Florida. That's man. What I would give to have Sam Bennett on my team. Oh my God. One of those guys, you hate him because he's playing against you. But if he's on your team, on your line, you love that kind of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to get him at $8 million with the cap going up, like, what a steal. How old is he? The 28, 20-ish?
Yeah.
He's the same draft as Leon.
Yeah. Went the pick behind. So you just gave Leon 14. Obviously, Leon's a completely different player, but like, I don't see why this doesn't look like a steal in 3 years when the cap's 120 million.
It's that no income tax. Come on, he's played out in Florida. All that money.
Honestly, yeah,
it's not an advantage.
But I mean,
it's
not an advantage.
It's not at all. But like, I mean, Batman had a point. Sorry. Batman did have a point.
You're gonna defend Gary
when he was asked about this, like about the no tax free state and how team or players are going to go to that. He said Florida's been terrible for years. Like Florida's been a terrible team for a long time now, and
but that's past. They don't care.
The Florida management,
but now it doesn't. Now no one cares.
The Florida management got their shit together, and they got, guys, we have a bit of an advantage here that no other team has. Totally. Let's use it and go. We'll offer you a little bit less money. You get all of it. And you can build some of these teams that we're seeing going back-to-back cup winners, 3-time cup finals. Like, I'm not saying that is the reason that the Florida Panthers have a little era of dominance going on, but that is a factor that will contribute to some of these players like Sam Bennett taking a little bit less money to stay on a team like the Florida Panthers.
Yeah. I mean, winning back-to-back cups definitely helps.
It does help.
And I mean, if you would have told me coming in this year that Sam Bennett, I should have looked up what his career stats are, but I'm pretty sure his career high is like 56 points. Like, it's nothing crazy. Like, it doesn't jump out at you. If you had told me before this year started that Sam Bennett's going to get an 8x8, I would have told you, like, you're a psychopath. And it's definitely not going to be in Florida. And then all of a sudden goes out, has this magical playoff run where he, like, scores on the road every single game, it seemed like. I think he's a super special player, like a bit of a unicorn, but I think with the cap going up, it won't be as bad, but I think there's going to be times throughout the regular season where they're looking at it being like, oh, fuck, like, this is a lot of money to give this guy that, like,
big time.
Isn't even on power play one half the time. Like, so I'm anxious to see how the contract plays out, but for now, you've got a legitimate 2C that just won the Conn Smythe for the next 8 years. So I think it's awesome.
That was one of the things I was seeing. I saw a stat, I don't remember where, like his regular season point percentage is like mid 50s, half a point a game kind of thing. His playoff point percentage though is in the high 70, like 0.70%, which is
those players are worth,
which is fantastic.
Yeah, those players are worth so much money to a franchise.
And again, you're not even paying him for the points.
Yeah.
That's not what he's bringing.
Zach Kassian walked so that Sam Bennett could run. Let's be serious, guys.
If only Zach Kassian could just keep it under control a little bit more. I feel he would have just had the career of careers.
What was that one series? It was like San Jose, I think. I'm pretty sure it was
against San Jose. Game 2 was the best hockey game I've ever seen an individual player have. He ran over like 6 dudes. It was one of the funnest things I've ever watched in my entire life. Scored a shorthanded goal. Like, yeah, he was an absolute dog for a series. And then the others were like, yep, 4 years, whatever you want, blank check.
let's quickly transition then to another player who maybe has that little bit of effect and can get the crowd going and get the team on his back. Evander Kane, no longer an Edmonton Oiler, off to Vancouver. What do we think?
It's sad to see. I think
love that guy.
I think Kane is like a fan favorite here in Edmonton. I think a lot of people like him. I think the team likes him, but you have to do something with the cap. So I think he was the next. I think he was the first guy forward kind of thing. He didn't play all last year. A lot of question marks with his health. I mean, he had a good playoff run. Like that was the biggest thing for me with Kane is like, okay, you haven't played in a year. How are you going to perform in the playoffs? I don't think he was too bad.
I think he came out strong. I think he fizzled towards
Yeah,
the end.
yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
Florida series,
I
think
agree
he
with that.
struggled to make an impact, but the first two series, man, he was back to Evander Kane. I thought
totally, but you know, I think Vancouver's gonna love him.
I think so. I think he'll fit in there very well. Actually, do we?
Sucks you're gonna see him 4 times a year.
I'm sure he'll love coming back to Edmonton. He'll run somebody over. Zach Hyman, keep your head on a swivel. Is there any other deals?
We'll see if he's still in. We'll see if he's still in Vancouver by the time the Oilers end up playing him.
Yeah,
that's very fair. Actually, who knows? Are there any other kind of deals you guys want to talk about, or do you want to go into a little bit of what we have been up to as individuals in the past few months?
I think that the Trent Frederick one is a little interesting. Guy that replaces Kane and comes in under 4, which is kind of what was rumored all the way around. Not much, but to get a guy, again, 27, just entering his prime on an 8-year deal, a physical player, not paying him for the points. Although he did back-to-back years, like 17, 18 goals in Boston. The guy does have a little bit of a nose for the net. I think that's incredible for the Oilers. You know, to get that physical presence back in at a very reasonable number. And then to kind of bounce off reasonable numbers, JT taking a pay cut to stay in Toronto for another 4 years caught my eye this afternoon as well.
Again, not surprised for JT. Like, I feel like remember when he first signed there as a free agent, he posted that picture, him in his pajamas or the bed sheets with the Maple Leafs like logo all over it. He's born to be a Maple Leaf. I think he wants to end his career there. I'm sure his family's all living there and whatever. So you got to put that into it. And
yeah,
plus
I was interested.
He has been making a lot of money in the last 8 years.
That's a very fair point. But I was interested to that the stripping of the captaincy didn't affect any of that.
Big time. I honestly, so real. Yeah.
It shows the real leadership that guy has, right? Like to get stripped of that, a lot of guys would probably go pout and walk in free agency. But to re-up, like you can tell, like you said, he's a Toronto guy through and through.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty sick. Like pretty dope that he's willing to take a pay cut to stay there and like on Tavares. Like I think he reached a point where it was like, okay, are you willing to do this and stick with this team, or do you want to go? Because he probably he had 80 points last year, didn't he? Like
he had a fantastic year.
Yeah, like he could have gone in the open market and gotten like 8 or 9 even. Like I don't think that's outrageous to say. Like this is a huge win for like Tavares because he obviously wants to be a Maple Leafs, but for just some insane wizardry that these guys can just go and get these guys to take this discount. Like how much more money is Tavares making than Trent Frederick?
It's only like a mil,
500,000
if even. Yeah, no, not even.
2 totally different worlds for sure, but it's crazy to see the kind of pull that they can have in that place. I'm anxious to see what kind of offseason they have the rest of the year to kind of fill out the roster and everything, because they always get like a couple deals throughout the year that are like, how did this guy sign for that cheap?
Man, the Maple Leafs like decor. It's scary. Scary last year. It's gonna be scary again this year. But yeah,
scary old.
Yeah, I can't wait for to hear all the rumors. Oh, Sam Bennett's his Leafs, right, guys?
Yeah,
all those.
Oh, Marchand.
Oh, it's gonna be Marchand. Yeah, we'll see.
Brad Marchand had one of the greatest Stanley Cup finals I think I've seen for a while. From just one of those guys, you go, that is somebody who just wins a Stanley Cup. Like he just knows what it takes. He has it in him. He's able to raise his game when the big games come, and I thought he was just like, for a deadline day acquisition to come in like at the very end of deadline day, like he was one of the last deals to come in. You just go, what a fantastic move to come in and not win you the Stanley Cup, but man, put his real stamp on that team and say, don't worry, boys, I got a couple goals in me that will win us this series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big. I mean, he's lost two Stanley Cups in a row. If you really, between two years. I mean, was it 2015 and 2019? I think he lost those. I don't know, but
Ish.
man, he knows what it takes. He won very young, like in his career, and veteran guy. I'm curious if he stays in Florida. He seems to be loving it there.
Where else would he go? He's not going
Edmonton.
back to
Wherever he
Boston.
wants.
I don't know. It
He
won't be
wants
back
to
to Boston.
He wants to stay East Coast, obviously, and I mean,
Yeah.
Boston isn't taking him back. So I mean, why would you change what you got going on in Florida right now? Obviously, you're happy there. They're happy with you.
Mm-hmm.
Again, great place to live. I wouldn't turn down waking up on the beach in Sunrise, Florida, anytime soon. That'd be kind of a positive in that light. But
Well, especially now that his buddy Pasternak's going to go down there, hey? See those rumors floating around? Did you imagine?
That came out of nowhere too. That came from like
the
some
last
Czech
thing that we need.
That was some Czech insider that just know Pasternak's family or something. Who knows?
No kidding.
That just like, he's gonna be a Florida Panther.
I'll go try
it.
Imagine if the Bruins traded Pastrnak.
The Florida Panthers get past the Edmonton Oilers. Klim Kostin, baby, bring him back.
Oh my!
Summer of Klim Shady back in E-Town. Back to the pint for Klim Shady.
Yeah.
There's a bit of worry in my brain of what moves the Edmonton Oilers make to get back to the dance kind of thing. Because man, I think it's gonna take a lot next season to get spirits up again, to get the team firing on all cylinders. Like we could talk a little bit about the Stanley Cup run, because I mean, go back to 2 years ago when we were doing our podcast. It was Game 7, and it was 1 goal in Game 7. They fought back from being 3 down. I think the team had a little bit of fire in them and said, guys, we were that close. We let them have a 3-game advantage, and then we fought back, and we just couldn't get the job done. But we're that close. Give us them, and next year we'll have them. This year felt so different to me. Mm-hmm. This year felt like we got in the ring with prime Mike Tyson, and we got just beat the shit out of. I don't know if you guys agree with that statement, but I feel like every single game in that series against Florida, we were not the better team. Mm-hmm. And we're lucky.
I don't think that's a crazy thing to say.
I think we got lucky that we got 2 overtime wins, where I think both of those overtime wins that we did get, Florida were the better team in overtime. We got a little counterattack, and it went in. Like, I feel like you sit there in the dressing room as Florida's lifting the Stanley Cup, and you go, man, we just got beat up in this series.
Definitely. I think McDavid said it best when his post-game interviews. Last year was heartbreak. This year was just anger. And yeah, that definitely checks out. I totally agree, even though the series did go to 6.
Yeah.
I don't think it should have.
We'll see what the Oilers do here.
Panthers are just that good.
I think the Panthers are incredibly good, but we'll see what the Oilers do. We'll see if we have a new goaltender in Edmonton come next season. I think that'll be the big question mark. Evan Bouchard, question mark, obviously. Connor McDavid will be a question mark for his contract extension.
Ooh.
And Around the Rinks will be there as your go-to hockey podcast for
yes.
breaking news.
Yes.
But we can give a bit of a kind of us update if you want. I think we've talked a little bit about the league. We can come back to some stories that obviously are important to talk about. The draft's going on. We'll talk about that here in a second. But I'm going to throw it to you, Noah, first. You were in the building for Stanley Cup games. You were rubbing shoulders with quite literally the great one.
Yep. Making tea.
Give us a bit of a rundown. So, just again, to just kind of remind people, if you're new or you don't remember, all of us came through the Nate radio and TV programs, and we went out into the industry. Then we got jobs in the industry, and now we are done at that placement. And yeah, Noah, give us a bit of an update.
Yeah, so my placement was actually over at Ched, or the local radio station here in Edmonton, which was awesome. Like I being on air with like Bob Stoffer, big
The
boy,
goat. The goat.
like, the Bob father himself. He's awesome. But yeah, during the cup final, I got an awesome opportunity to work with TNT Sports. Of course, they're the American one of the American stations that come up here during the cup final and a couple times during the season. So my role was I was a runner. So nothing on camera or anything or whatever media related, but I pretty much was the assistant to like the production team and talent. So I was pretty much just hanging out with like the TNT like panel the entire time or most of the time, a lot of the time. So just hanging out making teas for Wayne Gretzky, not a big deal. Might be my biggest flex I have. That it
Put
was
that one
so
on the
cool just
resume.
talking with those. Exactly. That's what I'm gonna put. Paul Bissonnette, Anson Carter, all those guys, like Henrik Lundqvist. Damn, I had a poster of that guy on my wall growing up.
Is as
It
good
just
looking in person as I imagine he is.
dude, he is the most handsome person hands down of all time.
He was born in a 3-piece suit, I'm pretty sure.
His suit is so beautiful. That was one of the first things I said to him when I like first met him. I was like, "Damn, that's a nice suit." And Biznat just came like kind of hit me. It's like, "Hey, what about mine?" And I'm like, "Oh, yours is, it's okay."
Sorry, you're not Hank.
Yeah. But yeah, it was so cool. Being like I was there for all the home games. Got to go out on the ice after game 1 or before game 2. So I think I cursed it. Curse Rogers Place is like what I like to say. It sucks, but sorry.
That would have been fun to be in that kind of environment for those cup
Mhm,
final games.
totally.
Brendan, what do you got going on?
Yeah, I spent my time at Edmonton Sports Talk. I produced a show for them from 9 to 11 called The Hangout. It's kind of a little bit of everything. It went from sports to nonsense in a drop of a hat, and it was awesome. Honestly, you get to sit there and just take that part of that. Some days you got to jump on the mic. Some days you just get to sit there and laugh and fill in for other guys. Everybody there was top shelf, 10 out of 10. My experience was amazing. Reed Wilkins, I'll name drop a little bit. He ended up coming over from Ched just a couple months before
Mhm.
my practicum started, and he would. I ran into Noah at the game one day and was
Yep.
asking about me, and he goes, "Hey, look, this is the quietest guy in broadcasting. Like, is he? I don't know. I don't want to say like all there, but like, is this guy meant to be in here?" And I was like, "Yeah, no, he's a good guy. He's funny. Like,
He's
just
hilarious.
wait for him to open up." And then once I opened up and got a little bit more comfortable as the practicum went on, he started asking me to stop talking more than hype up a little bit more. So yeah, I don't know. Like it was an awesome experience. I learned, not to poo-poo Nate at all, but as far as what I want to do in the future, I learned more in the 4 months than I did probably in the year and a half that I was there. It was absolutely incredible.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Mr. Oilers Nation, we got going on down there.
Reed.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been in Oilers Nation since January, and it's been super awesome. Like everybody there, same with I think what everybody else got to experience. Just unreal people, super helpful, very encouraging of like trying new stuff and like trying to be different. I think compared to what the rest of you guys have kind of gotten to do, like I think we get a little bit more of a like unique kind of like fan. It's definitely like not as professional, I would say, but it's a ton of fun being around the office and being in there and just being a part of like this whole thing that we've had going on with with this playoff run and yeah, just kind of bouncing around doing everything like you would expect out of an intern. Like my first couple days I was building desks and
Hell yeah.
just
Love that
running
era.
out to guys' cars and grabbing stuff for them and bringing them coffees, and then slowly integrated my way into doing a little bit more stuff. So it's been super fun so far. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be there. But yeah, nothing super crazy. I'm producing a show with former NHLer Devin Dubnyk. Ask Doobie. If you're still listening, please check that show out. We need as many viewers as possible.
Nothing too special. By the way, I produced a show with Devin Dubnyk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to drive
So,
him
yeah, it's-
around and
Yeah.
hang out with him. That's pretty sick.
I text him. We're buddies. So yeah, it's been super insane. If you would have told me that this was going to be how my experience went when I started it, I would have told you you're crazy, but it was exactly what I hoped for and more. So very lucky.
I'll hop in. Well, actually, quick before I talk, I will mention Kylie, who's not here. She was actually working for the Edmonton Oilers Entertainment Group. She was doing camera work inside the building, so I don't know all that much of what she actually got up to, but as far as I know, she was working around with the players, right?
Yeah, I saw her a couple times.
I saw her during the watch party the one time.
Yeah. So the couple times I've seen her, she was down right next to the bench, next to Oilers bench with the camera and filming the players on the bench. So that must have been sick.
I believe she has a lot of like the behind the scenes stuff for like the Oilers app and stuff like that. So I'm sure she had a great time. Hopefully she can hop on here one day and give us her own little rundown. But for myself,
too bad the cartel.
The cartel are back, baby.
Cartel. Got her once again.
They're nasty people.
They are relentless.
I was at Edmonton. I was at Sports 1440, so kind of the competitor to Sports Talk Radio and Chad. We were kind of all the big three in the Edmonton media market for that stuff. I had a great time. I was there. I was on air from 7 a.m. until 2 in the afternoon. Actually, I was shocked. I did not expect to have that much on-air time, but I was producing 2 different shows. I was doing all the social media uploads for the podcast, stuff like that. I was booking guests. You know, like I'm out here emailing people. I'm like, hey, do you want to be on this show? I was like, I don't even know who you are, but you want to just show up, get on the show, people. It was a great time. Like working in that kind of professional radio setting in West Edmonton Mall. It was a lot of fun. We had multiple people bringing us coffees and snacks during the day, dropping stuff off. I was like, this is the life. But no, I had a great time. Fantastic people over there. Shout out to Low Tide, who could have the greatest voice in the history of mankind. I'm sorry, Morgan Freeman. I feel like you lose out. That man is just pure butter through the ears. I love it. But it was a fantastic time. The people there were great, and hoping to get back into that kind of energy and that kind of place soon. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Man, look at us. All of us going to like all the like competitors in the Edmonton market.
Yeah. And honestly, good on us for still maintaining our friendship.
Yeah. We don't hate each other that much.
Who knows? Maybe this is just an inside job. Maybe this is just me trying to get some information from you guys.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
For Oilers Nation.
But no,
I'm not important enough there for them to assign me that job.
Hey, man, you build desks. That's pretty important, okay?
Yeah.
But
infrastructure is key.
The key. You're the glue guy.
Literally.
No, it was a great time. And that
you glued the desk together.
that practicum went for a few months, so that's where we've been focusing on that. Like it's all full-time hours basically. So that's why Around the Rinks had to take a bit of a hiatus, and then we just didn't see each other for a long time, and we eventually met up there. We're like, guys, we need to get the boys back together. Come on.
Heck yeah.
And hopefully we
graduated.
We're all officially graduated. Look at us, boys. We've done a thing. Hello? Hi?
Sorry.
Professional setting. Yeah.
My camera is calling me. Okay.
But we're all officially Nate
college
graduates. Look at us, boys.
Yeah. Alumni. Not a big deal.
Who would have thought it, hey?
Alumni.
Go back to
now what do we do?
Great. We come back to Around the Rinks. Your go-to hockey podcast. Okay.
There it is.
And now we blow up. That's what we do.
This is our summer, Noah. Come on.
That's the dream.
You've heard of Hot Girl Summer. No, it's Around the Rinks summer.
Around the Rinks summer.
Hopefully we can bring this back into a bit more regular basis, getting podcasts out, getting different videos going on. We've had so many ideas of things we want to do for content, so that will be that'll be going. Hopefully we'll get the social media back up and running as well.
The one TikTok.
Hey man, that one TikTok was great.
It did really well.
But yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about in terms of current NHL or looking forward?
There's a lot coming up.
What free agency
Lot going on
starts
right now.
July 1?
Would you guys
Tuesday. Yeah.
did you bite on the Darnell Nurse rumors last night?
Man, I was up
What?
scrolling Twitter, refreshing Twitter nonstop. I blame Bob Stauffer for that one. Man, he keeps saying it. He keeps saying
Yeah,
that something's
The
gonna happen.
Bob Father is really leading on the entire city of Edmonton, and he knows what he's doing. He knows
Yeah,
that this
he
is
knows. Getting
gonna
the
be
hype
made
going.
to this big of a deal. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I'm excited. Who
He's
knows
good at
what
his
comes
job.
next? I give it about a 0% chance it's Nurse, but
Yeah, no kidding.
it could be
Yeah,
very
let's go
exciting.
back.
Yeah.
I think it's
Back-to-back Cup
probably
finals.
yeah.
And I'm
I
going to
think
wave
it's a
my
little
no
more
move.
likely.
Bet.
I really
Yeah,
think
We're
I-
probably gonna
the-
see Arvidsson for a 3rd-round pick, and
I
then
could
that's what we'll be
see
talking about.
Arvidsson, yeah.
I think the big move for the Oilers this offseason is a goaltender, and I don't know who, I don't know where you're getting it from, I don't know what's going to cost you, but I just feel that
I mean-
the target has been on his back for so long now that you go, we have to at least try something different and see if that's what all that it takes, or is this whole team just not good enough to beat the Florida Panthers?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that if I'm in the GM's chair, that's what I'm trying to bet my career on right now.
I mean, just to throw like a rumor, like there's a team selling right now, just trade their top defenseman, who also have a star goalie, Russian
Mhm.
as well, like Bobrovsky.
Bobrovsky.
Okay, maybe before we get out of here, because we at Oilers Nation today, we were kind of trying to figure out what does a package look like for Ilya Sorokin.
Oh, really?
Like, it's a guy who is, I think, Vezina nominated probably twice now. I don't think he's ever won one, but like this is a legit clear-cut #1 goalie that's up for grabs, possibly. Who knows? It would make so much sense for them to be moving on. He's 29. Like they can't keep him through the whole rebuild. Just get rid of him now, sell high. How much do you think that would cost for anybody to trade for him, pretty much?
A lot. More than Dobson's two
Do you want-
first.
do you want Darnell? No.
I think
You want Darnell?
Who wants Darnell? Somebody please take Darnell.
The thing is, like, Nurse isn't a bad play. I think he had a redemption year.
He actually had one of his best years in an Oilers jersey. Yeah.
It's just that price tag hurts.
yeah. Well, and I think there's a ton of people right now that are just like, we have to trade Darnell Nurse. But
Yeah.
I think when you look
I don't
at
think
it,
so.
like Darnell Nurse wins you 8 games out of the 82 game season.
Totally.
Like there is a ton of, it's so hard. You're not gonna be able to get a replacement if you're trying to ship him off and like get Tristan Jarry back or whatever it is. Like
The two, I mean, obviously the big name that Edmonton's looking. Would you be willing to move an Evan Bouchard to secure a #1 goalie? I agree with you, Reese. I agree.
Ooh.
But that's going to be a name that's going to be tossed around because Evan Bouchard, for as much great as he does, all the goals he scores, him and Bobby Orr lead the playoffs in points. He has a lot of bad. He has a lot of negatives. He gives away goals. He gives up on back checking. He has a lot of negative around him at the moment.
Okay.
And he's going to be expensive as hell.
I think you try to keep Bouchard as much as possible. That, I mean, like you just said, he's fantastic. But for like a Sorokin,
That's the thing. Like,
you don't think about it?
what are you willing to give up for someone like Sorokin's caliber? Brendan's been quiet.
For a
Yeah, what
number
are the odds
for-
the Islanders take a defenseman after they just traded their stud right-handed defenseman?
Like I don't think the Islanders do it
Mhm.
Yeah, who
at all.
do you think the Bruins do it?
Exactly. There's Swayman. I don't think so.
Carolina-
Swayman's too young.
Carolina
I
has
feel
a
like they would want to keep him.
they don't really have a goalie.
Carolina to get Frederick Anderson in
Yeah.
Edmonton.
You get Frederick Anderson and Kochetkov.
Oh, there it is. Package deal.
It's,
I don't know.
There's gonna be lots of names.
I honestly,
tossed around here.
I think you keep Skinner.
If I have a dream scenario, dream world, Stuart Skinner's my #2, because I think that's what he is. I think he's
Yeah.
actually a fairly decent #2. If he can play 30 games next season, I think he wins you
Yeah.
25 of those 30.
I thought he had a good run. I think I like up until the finals, I think he had a good playoff run. I think he was dominant extremely in game fours.
Mm-hmm.
Just
but-
just as a reminder, we're talking about a 26-year-old that's gone to back-to-back Stanley Cup
I
finals.
hear you.
exactly.
I think Edmonton has to do everything in their power to keep him around. Like
Mhm.
trade for my opinion is I think you roll into the next season with Pickard and Skinner. Like
I
I think
agree.
you roll there's just not options right now. Unless
Mhm.
Sorokin is available,
Mhm.
I don't really think I'm not paying Jake Allen $5 million. Like I think that is
No,
outrageous.
no.
I need the John
Um,
Gibson rumors to go away because I do not trust that man to
Not
I
do
anymore.
don't
anything.
I don't like
Maybe
John
5 years
Gibson at
ago.
all
Maybe.
either. Like, yeah, he's injury prone. Like, I think they have to just kind of accept that there's nothing really out there that's going to be better than Stuart Skinner at $2.3 million. And going into next season, there's going to be teams that fall out. Maybe Nashville sits there and is like, why do we still have Saros? Like,
Mhm.
maybe the Islanders sit and like, okay, let's move Sorokin when his value is super high at the deadline this year. Like, I think
One
there's a
of-
lot of opportunity for a trade, just not right now.
One of my favorite things I read during my practicum was a text in from a guy who said the Edmonton Oilers will win a Stanley Cup with Stuart Skinner in net, but the Edmonton Oilers will not win a Stanley Cup because of Stuart Skinner in net.
Yes.
He's not going to win you a series like Bobrovsky has or like these other goalies might.
Mhm.
But if you put a team in front of him who's competent and can score goals and can play good defense, he will be the guy who's in net when you lift that Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
So, yeah, who knows? You know,
That's a great point.
I think the plan, at least on paper, is to have our next episode in early July once some of these deals maybe start moving, once a bit more news is confirmed. So I think that will be kind of the premise of that next episode is just go into a more deep dive of all these trade potentials, who's available, who's not. I think that would be a good little episode there. Anything else, boys? 264 days. Has it felt like it?
It's definitely.
A lot's
I
happened,
think so.
hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Look at Noah. It's the same cute Noah. You got the same background going on.
Stop it, you. I wish I could see you.
I know. I got so much hair
Wish
now.
everybody. Oh, you have a chair.
I have so much hair.
Oh, hair. Oh.
I hope he's got a chair.
Oh, you have a chair.
I've
Huge.
just been squatting for the past hour. Oh yeah. Well, hopefully I'll try to figure out the camera why it's not working for some reason. But yeah,
That sucks.
That'll be July.
Oh. Hey,
All right,
Sorry, a
boys.
nuclear bomb just
Lot
went
to
off
do.
in front of me.
Yeah, saw Reese turn into a ghost there.
Well,
boys,
before we go,
So much.
hopefully the next time we see you guys is Evan Bouchard's counting his $10.5 million 8-year extension,
Yeah.
and Connor McDavid is putting pen to paper on his 8 by $17 million.
What do you guys give McDavid? Like, what's your
Whatever he wants.
Yeah.
whatever he wants?
I think.
I think he's allowed to take what, 19 something?
Whatever,
I have
take
a
it.
feeling he signs a 4 or 5 year deal.
That's what the rumor is like.
I hate
kinda
you.
going around.
But
Yeah.
Brendan, listen,
I
I
do.
actually like it for one reson. If you're Connor McDavid, you sign a 4-year deal. The Edmonton Oilers have a 4-year bubble to win that Stanley Cup with
Totally.
him. Get it together.
Yep.
Let's do it. If he signs an
It puts
8-9
pressure
year
on.
deal, you go. Well, you got time. You have him for another 8-9 years. If it's not next year, it could be the year after. It could be the year after. No. 4 years. Figure it out. Put this team together. Let's do it. Right?
Yeah, no, I hear
I
that.
totally
but
agree.
do that. Have that mentality with an 8-year extension.
Oh, I would love that. But
Why can't I have my cake and eat it too?
I hear
Wait,
you.
Come
I
on.
just think a 4-year deal
I know.
would be kind of what he's looking for. And then you know what? By that time the 4-year deal is up or a 5-year deal is up, the salary cap is skyrocketing. He goes, how does 20 sound, boys?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean that's kind of like the Matthews deal.
yeah.
You saw him do a similar thing.
It's
But-
there's a lot going on in Edmonton. And like you said, we've coming off of back-to-back Stanley Cup finals. But you go, man,
Man.
there's a lot going on behind the scenes to put this team together right now.
It's insane.
Well, Reese is gone. You can't see
Reese is
me.
gone.
Kylie never showed up.
Yeah,
You know what?
just
Let's
us
do
two.
this
You're
in
just staring.
let's do this in another 264 days, okay? How about that?
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
We'll bring
Maybe
back next episode.
back in the finals by then.
We've been
Or
two-
close to
we've
it,
been
going
two
to
cup
it, yeah.
finals. Well, no.
Another 264
if
days.
any of you guys have anything else to say, and then if not, Noe, feel free to wrap her up.
I'm good. There's a lot to say
Thanks
next
for
week, though.
welcoming us back in your lives.
Exactly. Follow us on everything. We're everywhere.
We are
Around the rinks.
everywhere. Your
We are
go-to
back.
hockey podcast.
Oh, yeah, I guess this is farewell. I hope we see you next week, right, guys?
I will
I
be
would
there.
think
Maybe
so.
a little after
hope
free
so.
agency. Hopefully, in not 264 days.
But you
Or
never
maybe.
know.
We'll see.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, turn the notifications on. How
Hold
about
on.
that?
Okay. Whoa. Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry. I saw a repost from Frank Saravalli, and it says Pat Brisson, agent for Sidney Crosby, just told me now in a text message that speculation about Crosby leaving the Penguins are baseless rumors.
Oh, really?
Hey.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's the one before we just started recording. Like George Lorock tweeted out, is like, I'm hearing there's a very good chance that Crosby will play somewhere else. ... George
Yeah,
Lorock
so-
dropping bombs.
Shut it
But-
down, George the Rock. Should probably just stick to cheering fucking insanely hard at Oilers games.
I love that guy so much. How can you not? But yeah, this is I don't know how do you to end a podcast.
You did a great job,
Goodbye. Thank you.
All right, everybody.
So-
We'll see you next
yeah,
episode.
Subscribe.
That has been another episode of Around the Rinks, your go-to hockey podcast. We'll see you next time.